let us move to the last talk for this session, which will be actually delivered by me. Yeah.
Dr.
Sorry,
Thomas Abasi is a reader at the University of Glasgow. His talk is wireless sensing for in-home monitoring. Thank you.
Thank you so much to the organizer for inviting me to this session. So, the talk will be basically about wireless sensing, which is how we can use wireless sensing in combination with other technologies, which includes photonics and other in future to enable in-home monitoring. So, uh, it's predicted that the expenditure in healthcare will rise significantly in future, and according to reports, it's predicted that by 2060, UK will be spending around 12% of their GDP on health expenditure. So the question is how to reduce these health expenditures. And the idea is that we have to move from hospitals to home. So if we can have technology for in-home monitoring, then it can significantly reduce the cost which is included in overall health expenditure. So the vision is that in future there will be homes, either uh, future homes or care homes, where we will be having multiple kind of sensing technologies, which includes point of care devices, which includes wearable devices, which includes environmental sensing, and on the top, some nano sensors, which will be embedded in our daily life. And these nano sensors can measure either our cell temperature or biological changes to help in monitoring. And on top of that, there will be an additional technology which will be, because we are surrounded by ambient RF signals which are around us. So we will be using those signals to monitor someone in combination with other technologies. So I will be focusing only on this contactless or wireless sensing. So the overall vision is that these technologies will provide us information which will be sent to cloud, our secured server, and then after some data analysis, either in the form of machine or deep learning, the decisions will be sent back to caregiver, who can send timely intervention to the person. So there are so many commercial wearable products available in the market. All of us are wearing smart watches, which can help us to monitor. In addition, there are so many implantable commercial products available in the market. One of my favorite is wireless capsule endoscopy, which can basically monitor from inside your body any images and can transmit it outside. But the challenge here is, in addition to these wearable and implantable technologies, there are some vision-based technologies available as well. But challenge with these technologies is that they are intrusive. Some of them are invasive. Some have high cost. Some have privacy concern. And most importantly, some of these technologies you have to wear all the time, which is not user friendly at all. So the idea is that how we can go to device free sensing. So we have RF signals which are omnipresent. So we can use these RF signals to monitor someone's activity patterns, someone's vitals, and these can be used for diagnosis and monitoring. So our vision is that uh, a fully non-invasive, proactive healthcare system which is device free. And the concept is that when a signal moves from transmitter to receiver, in the channel there are certain variations which occurs when those signals are reflected from a subject in the channel, and we use those channel state information or channel variations to look at gate analysis or at vitals by applying advanced signal processing and machine learning. So in our group, we are working from last few years about monitoring single subject activities, then vitals for single subject. And since last 2 years, we are working on a more challenging problem, which is how we can monitor multiple subjects, vitals and activity in a room. And then moving to more advanced concept where we want to do some lip reading and involving intelligent reflective surfaces to improve resolution. So I'll briefly touch these in this talk. So up to now, we have worked on single subject activity monitoring and vital. So we have uh, used software defined radios, and in the lab environment, we have uh, asked users to perform different activities, including standing, walking, sitting, bending. And then we have recorded the channel state information, which are the channel variations. And then we have applied machine learning to get an accuracy of detection of around 90% for single subject. Then we have measured the breathing rate for a single subject using similar concept, where we asked user to perform either normal breathing, shallow breathing, or elevated breathing. And we had used a Vernier Go belt, which was a reference belt for measuring breathing, which is available off the shelf. And then we have compared our measured results from this contactless sensing with the off the shelf or baseline data, and our accuracy was around 91%. Then we have applied same concept to detect freezing of gait in Parkinson patients. So what happens to them is that they get freezing in gait while moving. So we have created the scenario in a lab, and these are the spectrograms on the right hand side for different scenarios, and we were able to detect the freezing of the gait with an accuracy of 90% plus. So one of the challenge with people with some accidental injuries are that they are being advised to do certain kind of exercises for rehabilitation. But the issue is that people do not want uh, that they should be monitored by a camera when they are doing rehabilitation exercises at home. So we use these contactless sensing to do human pose estimation. And in that case, we used Kinet V2 and Alpha Pose as our baseline technology for estimating the pose of the people. And in that case, our accuracy was 88%. And this slide shows a demonstration for a real-time activity monitoring using these contactless sensing technique. You can see in the video that when subject is sitting, we are using wireless signals. Uh, the dashboard shows the similar status of the person. When subject is standing, it shows standing, and when it's sitting, it shows sitting. And we are trying to increase our database for various other activities as well. So then we move to the next challenge, which was how we can monitor multiple people in a room, that how many people are in the room without using any sensors in the room or without using cameras. So we used a setup where we were using a software defined radio at one corner of the room and receiver at the other room. And there were 4 subjects in the middle of the room. And we were using here 5G frequencies at 3.75 gigahertz and OFDM subcarrier with 52 subcarriers. And these subjects were performing some defined activities in our room. This is the real scenario where we collected around 1700 data samples for 16 different classes. And then we applied machine learning to that data to detect if that how many subjects are in the room and what kind of activity they were performing. And these are the channel state information for different classes. And in this case, our accuracy was around 95% for detection of multiple subjects in a room. So one of the challenge here is that if we go, for example, to doctors, and if we are in a waiting room, no one is being monitored at that time. And vitals are some of the critical parameters which are being monitored when you go to doctor. So the idea is that if some person is in a waiting room without any sensors on them, we can measure their vitals, which is breathing and heart rate. And if there is any kind of abnormality, then doctor can call that patient quickly for checkup. So again, we use 5G frequencies and used ground truth data. By in case of breathing, we use Vernier Go Direct belt, which is available off the shelf. And for heart rate monitoring, we use Polar H10 heart rate sensor as a baseline technology to measure the breathing rate and heart rate for 2 and 3 subjects. So you can see here in this graph, this black curve is the baseline data. The black line is baseline data, and this red is the contactless sensing data which we were getting using RF frequencies. And there was a very good accuracy in this case, and this work is still under IP filing, which is going on. And these are some of the results for heartbeat. So I'll show you a real-time demonstration of multiple subject vital monitoring, where we were measuring their heart rate. I don't know, there is no audio over here. Uh, but uh, so what we are demonstrating here is that it's a real-time demonstration for 3 subjects who are sitting in a room, and we are measuring their heart rate and breathing rate by using a baseline technology, which was breathing belt, heart rate, H10 Polar sensor. So the subjects were wearing these baseline technologies, and then we had this wireless sensing technology in the room, which was monitoring the heart rate. Yeah, so this was the transmitter. These were the subjects, the PhD students who were wearing these. And then we had at receiver side 2 antennas, signal which was being collected from these subjects. And then you will see on the screen a real-time results for the baseline technology, the results coming from this contactless sensor. As we switched on, so this shows the real-time results. The red one was for the baseline and black one was for contactless sensor. And there was a high degree of correlation for both heart rate and breathing rate. So another thing which we were doing was basically how we can make a future hearing aid device intelligent. The issue with hearing devices is that they give some cocktail effect to the user, which highly disturb them. So idea is that we should have in future intelligent hearing aid device which can learn from the surrounding environment, and then it can reduce the noise floor so that it can make the user life easy. So the idea was that instead of using any camera technology, we were using our contactless sensing technique to read the lips, and then the goal is to input that lip reading to the hearing aid device to get the context of the environment, to increase the reliability of the device and remove the cocktail effect. So these are the preliminary results where we have basically asked user to speak only vowels, and we use 5G frequencies and radar both, and our accuracy of detection was around 80+%, but this is work in progress, which we are still doing. So in the interest of time, another challenge we tried to cover was using intelligent reflective surfaces. So in all these cases, what I have presented, it's so difficult to track the user, and it's so difficult to get the high accuracy if environment gets very complex. So the idea is that how we can use the current walls as a medium for manipulating the waves. So this is a concept which is going around called intelligent reflective surfaces, that you can make such kind of materials in your indoor environment that you can manipulate the waves in certain direction, which can help you to increase resolution in our healthcare case. And of course, it can help you to track the user as well. And it has so many applications. So in University of Glasgow, we have developed a 1-bit intelligent reflective surface and 3-bit intelligent reflective surface. Both were working at sub 6 gigahertz at 5G frequencies. And this in this figure, you can see this is our 1-bit intelligent reflective surface, which can change the phase of a signal by 180-degree, either 0 or 180-degree. It had around 4096 elements, which were placed in the form of a tile-based structure. And this can help to focus the beam, which will help us to get higher resolution in case of our sensing. And this is our 3-bit intelligent reflective surface, which can give us around 7 different states of phase. And we did some experiments in the lab to validate this intelligent reflective surface applicability, and it helped us to get an enhancement in signal by around 20 dB. And we applied this concept to this contactless sensing, that we had completely non-line of sight scenario between transmitter, which was here, and receiver was in another room. We performed some activity between transmitter and receiver in non-line of sight scenario and tried to measure the results. And then we placed IRS as a relay between transmitter and receiver, and then we tried to measure our activities. And these were very preliminary results, that when we performed the detection without IRS, when IRS was off, we were not able to detect any activities. But when we turn on the IRS, our detection accuracy was improved to 100%. So as I mentioned, these were very preliminary results, but we are still further investigating this work on using intelligent reflective surface to enhance. And it has so many applications in other domains, including wireless communication. So the main takeaways are that contactless sensing has a potential to support independent assisted living. And of course, in combination and by fusing it with other technologies, we can enhance our independent assisted living. Activity and vitals for single subjects have been measured, but for multiple subjects and with intelligent reflective surfaces, work still needs to be done, which we are still working on. So thank you very much for listening. So I'm open to one question only, because there is only 1 minute left. Any question from China side? Any question, audience here?
Can you hear us?
Just like if you have any thoughts about it's about like the intelligent reflective surfaces. Do you have any thoughts about like how you might be able because to redirect what your signal like in one direction, like in one occasion, and then you might want to change that.
Yeah, so the surface, very good question. So the surfaces we made are highly reconfigurable. So currently we are in a phase where we did the testing for some fixed angle, but we are working on their programming so that we can reconfigure them according to the environment, but they have a capabilities to be reconfigurable. But we, because there were around 4,096 unit cell in one of the IRS, so programming that is a challenge which we're still working on. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear us, Glasgow?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So we can close this session for the break then?
Yeah.
Or they have a question? I cannot see, sorry. Yes. Please go ahead with the question.
You can hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Well, I didn't hear the question, you just answered. What's the question?
I didn't hear the question, sorry.
No. We didn't hear the question, you just answered. The guy giving question, we can't hear it.
Oh, you didn't hear the question. Yeah, okay. Okay, I can repeat the question for you because
Yes,
the
please.
question asking person was far away. So the question was that, are these reflective surfaces which you made are reconfigurable or not? So this was the question. So the answer was that yes, they are reconfigurable, but currently we have reconfigured them at the fixed angle, but we are still programming these surfaces to make them fully reconfigurable.
Great question and good answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So now we have 10 minutes break, right?
Yeah.
So now we have 10 minutes break before starting the last session, which will be the panel discussion. So we are going to have 10 minutes coffee break at UK side and hope you can have 10 minutes break on China side as well. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.